Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be looking at the final 4 episode titles for season 1 of Naomi. And before we continue, I do want to say that none of these episodes do have synopsises yet, so all of these will be strictly just my prediction. And I do want to say, if you have any predictions about what you think for these future episode titles, then be sure to let me know in the description down below. And before I do continue, I do want to remind you guys that this is my second or third, depending on what time I do release this episode or video, you could say, on the channel. This is my second or third video ever. So I do want to say that, if something goes wrong or I may not, whatever, it is only my second or third video ever. So I'm still trying to learn a couple of things. So please bear with me. So let's begin with the kind of, I guess you could say, schedule for Naomi. So at the time I'm making this video, and the time you're most likely watching this video, episode 9 of Naomi just premiered on March 29th, 2022, which was Keep Your Friends Close. Now, that was the episode where they were interviewing everyone at the party because they found out that someone at the party was an alien. And spoiler ahead, the end of that episode, we figured out that the alien was actually both of Naomi's parents. Now, Naomi is actually going on about a month-long break. That is right. Naomi is going to be going on a month-long break and will be returning April 26th, 2022 with the episode title Fallout. So on the screen right now, you will see all 13 episodes. And just a reminder, there will only be 13 episodes of Naomi Season 1. So those are all the next 4 episode titles. So with episode 10 being Fallout, I do have a pretty good idea of kind of, knowing what this episode will, be talking about. So because we just found out the cliffhanger last episode was that, Naomi's parents were aliens, that this episode will probably be a origin story of, I'm assuming, their parents, and kind of talking about, what's happening, because I think everyone does have a lot of questions about kind of what's happening with, Naomi's parents. So we did see earlier in the season, Naomi season 1, episode 7, I'm not a used car salesman, which was probably, I would say personally, the episode that really, it was starting to make Naomi a really, good show, because after that episode, from episodes 1 to 6, it kind of was slow, but I feel like that episode really just jump-started, the whole season. And that was kind of the backstory for Zumbato, where I see now that this episode will probably be the Fallout, I'm assuming would probably be the backstory episode for Naomi's parents and kind of what they do, have, and how they were aliens, and kind of just that backstory. And again, like what I said at the beginning of this video, we do not have any synopsises, so I will not be able to talk about, I will not be able to read the synopsis, but, I can give, get my educated guess on what this episode would be about. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think Naomi Season 1, Episode 10, Fallout, will be about. So after Episode 10, Fallout, which is going to be a week later, as of the time that I am seeing this, again, I'm not completely sure for these episode original air dates. This is just assuming that all these episodes will be going out in a weekly basis. There may be a break here and there, but just assuming that there will be no breaks, a week later will be Naomi Season 11, which is titled Worst Prom Ever. So Worst Prom Ever, I think, can probably, just by the title of the video, mean that there they're going to prom, and well, it's the worst prom ever. Now the question for this is, will Nathan actually, is Nathan going to be asking Naomi to prom? Because we did see, and again, last episode, that was kind of why she was expecting, Nathan to be an alien, because he was on Naomi's street. And it was because he was actually going to be asking Naomi to prom. But after that, when Naomi's like, well, are you going to ask me, or something along those lines, Nathan said, he didn't directly say no, I don't think so, but he kind of just walked away. I can't remember, as the time that I'm recording what exactly he said, but something like that. And they kind of ended on a, bad note. So I'm not sure if, by the time this previous episode Fallout, if they will be, kind of resolving that situation between Naomi and Nathan. But considering that they do, regardless if, they do or they don't, it seems like it's going to be really bad because it is titled Worst Prom Ever. And the last time you kind of had something happen at the school, there was, an alien that came, which I do think, which would be bad if that does happen again. Why it is the worst prom? It could be, the thing that I really do like about Naomi is that they do have a lot of, different, they do have a lot of different type of it's really even between, like, superhero, Arrowverse, and then also their own kind of personal school life and their actual, age and actually going to school. So, it's kind of hard to kind of, tell what an educated guess on what these are, considering that it is, worst prom ever. And it could be, okay, well, is this kind of the school type of it? The more kind of like friendly kind of school kid type is why it's the worst prom, between like the relationship between Naomi and Nathan, or is it worst prom ever because of the more superhero type, like maybe something that happens, does make it a very worst, horrible prom. So that is the title for season 1, episode 11, Worst Prom Ever, and that's probably all I have to say for that episode. Next, the back kind of see I always change the name about what I call these, but it's like the episode before the finale. I think it has a proper name, but I can never remember, so I kind of just always mix it up a lot. But it is the episode before the finale. Naomi, season 1, episode 12, Ready or Not. So this episode, I think is kind of saying like, okay, so maybe, something happened, and this does kind of support the previous episode, Worst Prom Ever. Maybe saying something like, if it does have that superhero kind of aspect to it, something happens, and then Naomi, and then, maybe Zubato or Dee are like, okay, Naomi, ready or not, you need to, fight or protect yourself or whatever it may be. That could be the case. And I think that's kind of why it's saying like, okay, you're either ready to fight or you're not, you have to. Like, ready or not, you gotta do it. So, based on this episode title and based on it being, the second to last episode of season 1, it does seem like this episode will have a lot of, just a lot of things to talk about, and more of kind of that superhero CW Arrowverse, aspect to it, and kind of it might be a really heavily focused Naomi episode. I mean, obviously the show is called Naomi, so it should be, focused on Naomi, but considering that we did have a Zumbato themed episode for episode 7, and for my prediction, a Naomi's Parents episode with episode 10 Fallout, and some other episodes here and there. It could be, an episode that's just strictly focused on, Naomi kind of growing on herself from the beginning of the season, and really showing kind of how she will be protecting herself and her friends and family. And then that leads us into the season finale. The season finale for Naomi being season 1, episode 11, titled Who Am I? So this title, I mean, it is a season finale, so it could mean anything. This could be, just realizing that, like, okay, really, who am I? And just kind of Naomi trying to find herself, depending on what happened in Ready or Not. If in the episode Ready or Not, if she was not ready and she still had to protect people and had to do whatever that she did have to do. I think that could make her question a lot. Who am I? And we did see that a lot in the previous episode of Naomi, as the time I'm recording, episode 9, keep your friends close after finding out her parents were aliens. She kind of was, you could say, emotionally kind of scarred from that for a little bit and just didn't really want to talk on the way, home. And that could mean that, whatever happens in episode 12 could have a really big impact on, figuring out who Naomi is as a person. And also, considering that is a season finale, having there be that, cliffhanger that really does, try to set up a Naomi season 2. And speaking of Naomi season 2, if there is a Naomi season 2 and you want a Naomi season 2, let me know down below in the comment section down below. And I do want to say, also, if you want me, let me know down below in the comment section if you want me to do more videos like this where I say my predictions about upcoming episodes. I will be doing a review. For those who do not know, I do live reviews during my live streams on every CW Arrowverse finale. So when Naomi season 1 episode 13, Who Am I, comes out, I will be doing a live review on that specific episode and the whole season as a whole. So be sure not to miss that. And that will be in probably a couple weeks from now. But I do want to say I do appreciate all of you guys watching this video. Stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay yourself. Watch Naomi season 1 on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. No, that's wrong. You can watch Superman Lois on the CW at 8 p.m. And then Naomi, I got the Tuesday right, but on at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I keep saying 8 p.m., but at 9 p.m. you can watch Naomi season 1. Starting April 26th, because Naomi is, remember, on a 4-week break. So stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay yourself. Goodbye, guys.